What actually happens to me during a 36-hour fast? Right now I'm on a 36-hour fast, no calories, only water, black coffee, that kind of thing. And I want to talk about the processes my body actually goes through during that 36-hour fast. So starting from when I've eaten my last meal up to about 12 hours or so, at first my insulin level rises, and basically my body is getting all of its energy from that last meal that I've eaten. It's producing glycogen or sugar to give me energy. From about 12 hours to 24 hours, my body is starting to use the rest of the glycogen that it's made from that last meal that I've eaten. It's still using mainly sugar to provide me with energy, but this is where it starts to taper off. Once you hit about the 24-hour mark, this is where I have used basically all of the glycogen or sugar from the last meal, all the carbohydrates, whatever it is. Everything that I've eaten that last meal is pretty much gone by about the 24-hour mark. This is where the real magic happens. This is when my body shifts into fat burning mode. So it starts producing more ketones, and starts to shift more into ketosis at this point. This is where I'm really starting to lose the weight that I'm looking to lose. This is where most of the fat burning, so to speak, starts to happen. From that 24 to 36 hour mark, this is where I really shifted into fat burning mode. I'm producing more ketones. My body is shifting into ketosis actively at this point. This is where the real fat burning starts to happen. Also during this time, your something called human growth hormone increases. Human growth hormone is what actively preserves your lean muscle. It's not 100% effective, obviously, but it aids in preserving your lean muscle while your body is burning fat for fuel. This is one of the real keys to fasting that I think is very important to understand. This is one of the reasons I really like doing alternate day fasting, is I'm burning fat but also preserving some of my lean muscle, so I'm not losing just straight muscle versus fat. Also during this 24 to 36 hour mark, my body has started to go into something called autophagy. Autophagy is basically the process of your body saying, hey, we don't have food anymore, actual food that I've eaten to produce energy. Since it's swapped over to, producing ketones and getting into active ketosis, autophagy kicks in, and basically it takes the old dead cells that are still active in my body, but are no longer functioning. They're just kind of there. These are the really bad things that can produce, sickness, cancers even. I don't want to get into that, but feel free to do your research. But during this point is when autophagy really kicks in and starts to eat those dead cells. And as it's taking those dead cells out of my body, it's replacing them with brand new good cells that can function in ways that they're supposed to. This is also one of the real keys to alternate day fasting that I think is really important to understand. You only get into autophagy through an extended fast. So, about 24 hours onward, you're in, 24 hours, you're in sort of a low autophagy state. Obviously, it increases the longer you fast. And 36 hours is a good mark to get some of that autophagy in. That's really what I'm looking for, along with the weight loss. I'm currently on a journey to get down to 199 pounds. If you're interested, feel free to give me a follow, and I will see you guys in the next one.